What up, people? Back again today for something I've been meaning to do for a while now, and that's my first ever vlog, whatever you want to call it. In this one, I'm going to talk about a few topics, probably around three. I'm going to call it every vlog that I do. I'm going to talk about three topics, none having to do with each other, and they're all going to be all over the place. Uh, Being movies or sports or news or anything like that. What I'm going to do is just do three different topics each vlog I do. And yeah. So today I wrote down a few topics that I would talk about or thought about talking about. Yeah. Thought about talking about. The first one having to do with movies. Me, myself, I have been using or trading these UV codes away for movies that I wasn't really going to get or had an intention to get but didn't want to spend a ton of money on it. So what I've been doing is trading the ones I don't need for ones I do have. And it's been working out pretty good. I mean, I was never the one to start the whole digital thing. It took me this long. I've been collecting for how many years, and digital has been around for, I actually don't know how long it's been around for, but I know it's been around for a while, and I just pretty much picked up on it. It is decent. It's pretty different. I mean, you're allowed to watch it off your computer. I don't have a special TV, so I can't really watch it off that. But I can watch it off my computer if I want to, or my phone, or a tablet, or something like that. So the movies I get from there are pretty much just the movies that I really don't want to spend a whole lot on. I really don't care about the special features. I just, just decide to get it, just to watch the movie. I love having hard copies. Like, as you can tell, I'm a collector, and the stuff that I have behind me, I love having the hard copies. But there are just some movies out there that I walk into, even if it's a decent sale, I still walk past it if I go into Walmart or Target or something. Sometimes I just go and I pass the movie up just because I don't feel like spending a lot on it. Like, nowadays you go into Walmart and there's movies there that have been out for 2, 3, 4 months and they're still $20 or on Blu-ray or something, and it's just ridiculous, these prices. But I've been using UV codes a little bit more. If anybody has them and doesn't use them and feels like donating them, because I still probably will do my UV code giveaways. Maybe not as much as I've been doing because I have been using some, but I probably will be doing it. So those who are watching this who don't use their UV codes, and usually they go to waste, if you want, personal message me and donate them if you would like to. If not, I'll maybe compensate you somehow. But if you don't use your UV codes, let me know. Yeah, I guess that's all about that topic. The next topic is going to be about my New York Giants. I've been meaning to make this video for a long time. I want to start incorporating different stuff into my channel, not only movies, but also sports. I know a bunch of us in the movie community also watch sports. Maybe not everyone, but a good majority, I'm sure, watch some kind of sport. Football being my favorite out of all of them. I'm not a big baseball fan. I used to be a basketball fan, but nowadays it's just flopping and too many fouls for my liking, so I kind of steered clear of that. Hockey, not as much. So football is my sport, and that's what I watch all the time. So today, I'm going to be talking about my Giants and our free agency pickups. Last year I had high hopes for the team, and didn't really work out. We started 0-6. I mean, we ended decent. We ended with a better record than I thought we were going to, but that whole high hope started out shitty. Started out 0-6. That's 6 weeks of watching football that your team doesn't even win one game. I'm not used to it because the Giants usually might not be the best ever, but usually they're middle of the road average, so we don't have that slump for weeks at a time. But I got a whole list here of the people that we picked up in free agency this year because there was a lot of holes for the team. But I think that, especially on defense, we picked a whole bunch of people up on defense that I think our defense will be pretty much stocked. We lost Tuck, we lost Joseph, but I think with the additions that we added, I think it's going to help us in the long run. First of all, let me talk about the line. We picked up a few linemen that was our main problem last year for my Giants. I don't know why I said my Giants, so it's not like I'm part of the team or anything. But the Giants, the O-line was injured most of the time, and it was just not there. So Eli Manning sucked because of it. I'm not letting Eli's problems all go, but a good part of it was because our O-line wasn't there. So we picked up a couple people. They got Jeff Schwartz from Kansas City. I saw an interview with this guy. This guy's gigantic. I don't think we've ever had a lineman that looked like that. The guy's like 6'7", 6'8", probably 350 pounds. Like, the guy is gigantic. They picked up a guy, J.D. Walton, from the Broncos, that's been injured the past 2 years. We have a tendency of picking up these injured players, but sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. You just got to, I guess, roll the dice. Picked up the guy, John Jerry, from the Dolphins. Who's this other guy? Charles Brown from the Saints. No really big names on the line. It's just someone to fill the holes. There were other people that were out there, but they were already taken. We also picked up some special guys like running backs and wide receivers. Last year, our wide receiving core wasn't really what it was in the past. Our running game wasn't there either, and that's another part of the line. We picked up Rashad Jennings, which I think is a great pickup for us, running back from Oakland. We also picked up Mario Manningham again. He went to San Fran for 2 years, came back. We picked up Trenton Holiday, which was from the Broncos. That guy just ran all over us. He's pretty much a punt returner, kick returner, and he jetted us. He got a return touchdown in the game we played the Broncos. So that's good. He just has to hold on to the ball. We picked up Kellen Davis, a tight end from Seattle, which I never heard from, but the guy's 6'7". We need some tall players. Like I said, I never really, his name isn't generating any memorable plays or anything, but it's just a body. That's something we're going to have to look at in the draft. I'm thinking, this is my prediction, our first pick. If it falls down, it's either going to be Mike Evans or Eric Ebron, the tight end. So those are my two picks. I'm calling it now. If they're there, it's either going to be a wide receiver or tight end. That's what I'm saying. We also picked up a guy, Travis Harvey. He's was on the Titans, I believe. Another guy that I really haven't heard too much about. But I think in our draft, it's going to be geared towards the offense. We'll probably need someone to fill up the line, but D-line. But I think most of our picks are going to go offense. Then we hit the defense. Like I said, we picked up a good amount of people. First of all, we re-signed a few people. Mike Patterson, who did good for us on the line last year. John Beeson, who I think changed the whole defense around. We re-signed him, which is a great deal. And then we picked up a few people. We picked up Quentin Demps from the Kansas City Chiefs, who is another great return man. He had a few returns last year. We haven't had a return game in God knows how long, or one to talk about. So hopefully Trenton Holiday and Quentin Demps will do something for us. We picked up Walter Thurman III from Seattle. He did pretty good on Seattle. Seattle's defense was great. So we picked up a Super Bowl winning cornerback. Who else did we pick up? We picked up Jameel McClain, linebacker from the Ravens, who was a great pickup. He's pretty much what the Giants are looking for. One of those tough nose, like just get dirty in the mud and just go at it full force all the time. We picked him up. I think one of our better pickups that we just got was Robert Ayers. He's a DN from the Broncos. He really didn't do too much on the Broncos. He's still relatively new. He's young, and he's one of those you know, you just need to work on him a little bit. He had 5 sacks last year, and I think on our defense he'll fit really good with our defense. So Robert Ayers. Who else? I got it written down here somewhere. Zach Bowman, who was on the Bears, another quarterback. We picked up cornerbacks everywhere. And the main, I think, was one of our better pickups. And I was ecstatic when I heard that they picked him up. That's Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie, DRC. I think he's one of the better shutdown cornerbacks in the league. So definitely a great pickup for us. Like I said, in free agency, people always said you can't build a team through free agency, but me, myself, I think you need some established people. You can't just rely on the draft and bring in people that came straight from college. You need a little mix of everything, and I love free agency when you can pick up people that, even though they're not big names, they still had an impact, which we picked up a decent amount of people that weren't in the headlines, but they did what they had to do, and they got it done. So, you know, that's my whole take on the Giants. This year, I'm excited. Let me know if you're a football fan and you watch what your team has done in free agency. Let me know what you think about your team. Let me know if you're excited for next year or what you're going to do in the draft. Whatever you want to talk about, football related, anything you want, put it in the comments and let me know. So that's 2 little topics, and the third topic I'm going to talk about is a little bit in the news a whole lot, and it's I guess you want to call it. You can call it like a sad topic if you want to, and that's cyberbullying. I know a decent amount of people on YouTube itself have stopped doing videos because of the whole cyberbullying thing. I'm going to give you my take on it. My take is probably differs from a whole lot of people, but hopefully what I say could help some people overcome whatever their problem is with cyberbullying. Me, myself, I consider cyberbullying on a whole different scale, which is regular, straight up in the school. You go to school and you get bullied from, some of your classmates or something like that. Honestly, the first thing you got to know is there's assholes in this world. There's people out there that get their kicks by making fun of someone else, that feel better somehow by making someone else feel bad. So if you know that from the beginning, you'll learn everyone's not going to be your friend. There's going to be people out there that you do nothing to, and they're just going to hate you because they can. So as long as you know that, that's the first step. I know it. I try to be nice to everyone, but there are people out there that just don't know, aren't very good with reacting to people and whatever. But cyberbullying is a whole different story in my book. Nowadays, the internet has grown into something huge that hasn't been around in a long time. When I was young, all you had was little chats and everything. Nowadays, the internet is everywhere. I consider cyberbullying something minuscule because nowadays you look at all these shows. You got like Catfish and all this stuff where people can just make up any identity they want to, anything, and you have no idea what they look like, who they are, this and that. So when you look at it, someone could literally sit down at a computer and type whatever they want to. It's a whole lot different than having to go up to someone and say something and see their reaction and know that they're, upset. On here, on the computer, you can write whatever you want to. And unless someone actually comes on to a video or something and says, you know what, I feel down in the dumps, whatever, the person's not even going to know. They can sit there and say, you know what, you suck, you should die, you should kill yourself, you should do whatever. I look at it as, congratulations, you just spent all this time typing whatever the hell you wanted to, and it got you nowhere, because I really don't care. There are people that take it to the extremes, like hacking and everything, and I noticed there's a lot of people that just like to give thumbs down on YouTube for the hell of it. I got my first 2 ever thumbs down a couple days ago. I know I'm going to get a whole bunch more now, just because there are people that like to give me a thumbs down. But just so you know, you're watching my video, if you give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, it's still a view. So congratulations, you gave me a thumbs down. But hopefully, you know, some people, I think another thing is, don't take this the wrong way. Some people are just not thick-skinned. If you're going to make videos anywhere or throw anything on the internet, you have to know that there are going to be people out there that will knock it down no matter what. There's not going to be everyone that agrees with you. They're not going to, and they'll just either knock you down for it, give you thumbs down, call you stupid or whatever. You're going to have thick skin to make videos, because honestly, that's just the way it is. If you're going to take every little thing to heart, it's going to be very tough. Not saying it's a wrong thing to take stuff to heart, because you know what, everybody's human, everybody feels emotions. It's just sometimes you just got to take the good with the bad kind of deal. And I'd rather have, honestly, if I have 100 people that say I suck, or do this or that or this, and then I get someone that says, you know what, I like what you do, I like your videos, I'm going to keep making videos because that person likes it. If the 110 people don't like what I'm doing, well, then they're going to be watching my videos and not like what I'm doing. So, I mean, hopefully that sheds light on the whole cyberbullying thing. Bullying is a whole different thing. I mean, I grew up, I wasn't horribly bullied, but I was always a bigger kid, a fat kid, so it came with the territory. I knew it was coming. And in the beginning, when I went to a Christian school, so there was not 5, but there was maybe 30 kids in the grade. So we all knew each other. And then I went to middle school with a whole bunch of public school for middle school. And the whole lot more people, and that's where you got the name calling. And by that time, you know what, I took it, and sometimes I got upset. But then my whole thing is, I know my flaws. I'm a fat kid, and in society, fat people aren't accepted, which it happens. People think you're lazy or whatever. But anyway, in middle school, I started making fun of myself. I started picking up comedy, and the first rule of comedy is, if you can't make fun of yourself, you shouldn't be able to make fun of anybody else. So I started making fun of myself before anybody else could, and I kind of lost interest. And, you know, I heard the same thing over and over and over. So unless you have something new that I've never heard before, take your shot. Go ahead. I've heard everything in the book. But, like I said, bullying is a whole separate entity, because if people bully at school, they must have somewhat balls, I must say. Because I cannot sit in front of someone and say something mean and see them get upset because of it. I'll crack jokes. I'm a wise ass. I'll say nothing really bad. There's some people just take it to the extreme. But, you know, for all the little kids out there, if anybody, little kids watch my videos, don't take too much offense to it, because there's a lot of people that get it. You're not the only one. Many people get it. Even from school days to workplaces nowadays, you get people just getting harassed at work and everything. So, I mean, don't think you're the only one. Don't think it's just a isolated thing. Just take it as it goes. Know your imperfections. Everyone's not perfect. No one's perfect. Everyone has their own little flaws. If you know your flaws, no one can touch you. Because you can say, you know what, I know. I'm a fat person. And fat people get made fun of, and they're not accepted in society. And I will accept that, because, you know what, that's just how it is. So, hopefully that enlightens some people. Hopefully that made you feel a little bit better, or makes you opened your eyes to different ways of handling such things. Um, Again, this was my first vlog ever, vlog, whatever you want to call it. Um, Hopefully you liked it. If you have any comments about anything that I talked about today, feel free to leave it in the comment section. If you have any other ideas for another vlog whenever I decide to do one, I'll probably decide to do one probably next week. I have a whole list. There's a whole bunch of news articles that I have to talk about that I want people to know about or get reaction to or know what everybody else thinks. Anything else that I can think of? No. Hopefully you liked it. Hopefully you found it intriguing. And yeah, I guess I'll see you.